called Duplex. You'll be able to see a demo that Sundar did last year, but this is now deployed into about 30 states. This is how advanced AI is coming and how Google is looking at that. This is just a couple areas we are focusing on AI. So the first one is the cloud AI solution. So we did demo early on the vision, on the video. So those are examples. Again, if you register, if you scan your badge, we'll send you all of those elements, like within 1 week, we send you to your email as well. The second item is Cloud AutoML. We have a session today at AI Lab and a session here at 4 p.m. The reality is that, okay, we did demonstrate to you, okay, if you use an image and you upload the image, it tells you the feeling, etc., etc. But if I am a startup, I need to get something going, an algorithm or an engine where I deploy the images and it will do it. And you need to have also storage, otherwise it will not work. That's why we deployed Cloud AutoML, which is doing that automatically with large number of pictures. The area also, who knows what BigQuery is? If you're doing research, if you're doing a lot of data analysis, Google is one of the biggest in this area with BigQuery. So what we're trying to do right now is really integrate machine learning into BigQuery as well. The one item is data science. So a lot of people says, how about research? We want to do more research. So those are simple areas where some of them are still at beta, and we are saying you can test it, you can give us feedback. So again, that's another example. AI Hub, Kubernetes is another one, which is a lot of companies are in. Who knows what Kubernetes is? The container. As you know, Google created Kubernetes, but our belief in open source made it that we'll take Kubernetes and we'll put it there to everyone. In fact, 2 months ago, we announced that we want all the companies that are using Kubernetes to be also maintaining it, deploying it as well. But what we want to do right now is to go to the next level. How can we integrate machine learning with Kubernetes? So that's also another example that we'll demo later on. Cloud translation, everyone know Google Translate, how to use that, but we integrated it to cloud when you are doing a startup where you have large number of languages, messages you want to translate. I'll give you one example. Who knows what AlphaGo is? Okay, AlphaGo is one of the most famous games in Asia, and it's really very famous specifically in China, in Korea. About a year and a half, there was a competition between the top expert in the world against the team in Google, the Brain team, the DeepMind team. All the experts were saying that there is no one who will beat the expert until 2030. That Google team 3 times beat the expert. The reason I'm saying that story is one of the audience, one of the people who were watching was a Japanese embedded engineer. The Japanese embedded engineer looked and heard Google is saying this is open source. The image classification, the image API is there for everyone to use. It happened the Japanese embedded engineer, his mom and dad work in a cucumber farm, okay? So every day his mom worked between 8 and 12 hours salting the cucumber based on the weight, the shape. So he says, how can I help my mom? I don't want to do that. Google is saying that they have API where they can take a picture of a cucumber, and then based on that picture, it will select which category. Let me try. So he built the machine, and we can see that here, where he will put a cucumber, the sensors will detect the weight, the shape, the image, and based on that, let me double check. The Wi-Fi here is a little bit tricky, so okay. Go ahead and switch. Okay, so what you will see is he says, okay, Google is saying it's open source, the algorithm is an open source. Okay, I have the algorithm. I built a small machine where I put the cucumber, it will take images, and based on the database I built, what he did is he built images of different quality. So if you see here, 2L, L, M, S on the left side, he built a database where, based on the picture, automatically it will get selected. Which buckets the cucumber will be selected. So again, he didn't have to pay anything. He went to GitHub, get the sorting algorithm. He used the API from Google. Then after that, he used the AutoML because he has large number of images. He didn't have to train the algorithm. He has that. And now, guess what? His mom doesn't have to work 8 to 12 hours in just manual work. She can do other things. So this is a simple example where someone with no software engineering, he's an embedded engineer who's able to do it. There's a lot of story like this, and if you're a startup, guess what? If you use any of those API, you'll be able to call up to 100,000 times a month that API for free. So at the early stages, you can use it and test it any way you want. If you go online and look for the AlphaGo Cucumber story, you will be able also to see the code, the actual code, not just videos. So this is how he created the Raspberry Pi. Another example is, this is coming, we have Kareem from InstaDeep. This is number one startup in Africa. And he told me like here latest changes that happened. So example like now, the advance in AI is so great that you can take a picture of your eye and it will give you, there are apps right now that give you high accuracy if you are sick or not. Last year I met with a startup from India, a woman doctor and a software engineer woman. They thought about problems that they have in India. In fact, it's everywhere in the world. They said like 10,000 of women in India die because of breast cancer. And the reason, and the main reason is because of late detection. Because they are in the villages. They can't go every 6 months and do a screening. So they said, the doctor said, I have a theory that if you take a picture, the heat of the body, and then you build a machine learning database and you train the algorithm to detect if this has high probability of cancer or not. So they did that. They built a database, they built a sort of like a small machine that take a picture of the heat of the body. And then we worked with Google, they worked with us, a part of our program, the Startup Launchpad program, and they were able to launch their product. Because they looked and they say, if we are able to provide, everyone has a mobile these days. If I'm able to give every village in India or around the world this app that they can take a picture of the heat of the body of the person, then we can solve this problem. So this is example how you can use AI for the community, for the good in this world. So this is most of what I wanted to cover in Google AI Everything. We will allow 5-10 minutes for question, and then after that we'll do more demos. Again, if you go here, we have the screen on the back with latest latest demo that we are going to demonstrate. So if I go back, I'll show you the demos. So this is some of the demos we'll do along the day. With now, like if anyone has 2 or 3 questions, we can answer them. Again, if you want programming and deep learning, we have 3 hours from 2 to 5 at the accelerator level. We'll do Tech Talk every hour, and we'll give 1 Google Assistant for free for someone, lucky one, every hour. Go ahead, please.
Do you have an example in operations? Like, did Google apply it or anyone applied it in operation?
Operation as in operation of the business, or?
Yeah, business.
So simply, like we have many, we can
like
talk
for
about.
For example, I'm thinking of like if you have operation team who go somewhere, so they need to take a picture of the whatever they prepared or things or other, and the machine can learn instead of the supervisor being there every time. AI and roaming, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think every case where, and we can send you more information about that, every case where there is a sort of learning, but you are doing something repetitive, and you are doing either images or videos or even other, like other cases, like in the case of the cancer as an example, where you will train the algorithm, you can do two things. One is to say, this is a new use case, but Google is not doing it by default, so we can help you with some of the partners to train the algorithm so it can do what you want to do. Others, in many cases, it's there by default. You can just use one of our algorithm and API and it will do it. So there will be people from the Google retail team here during the day, and then we can direct you to them. Any other question? Do you want to do we do a couple demos, different demos? Okay, let's do. Does anyone like Vita? Oh no, there's one favorite that I love. Where is the? Yeah. So this is a demo where you are playing music with AI. Okay? So you are playing music, it's a duet. You play something and the AI algorithm by itself creates its own music playing. So the idea here is really, like we said, like you asked about learning. I'm playing some music, and the AI is learning by itself what will be the continuation of my music in sync. So, I think it's playing better than me. I think I'm just mixing. I was trying to remember the song of عبد الحليم حافظ أهواك وأتمنى لو أنساك, but I couldn't play it. What was the question? No, so this is, like, we'll send you the link to this. It's using an API, it's called AI Duet. So I'm playing the music, based on their sound, it's detecting, and it's using learning from their sound, what should be the completion. It's creating those music by itself. So that's really the beauty of AI and machine learning, it's machine learning. It's learning on the fly what you are doing and adjusting. So let's play one last time. Again, I'm not a musician, so. So it's completing. So that's one example. I give you another example, which is the drawing. So example, I'm trying to do butterfly, okay? So the idea here is really the AI is helping me. I'm doing the butterfly, so I'm saying, okay, butterfly is this, maybe. And whenever I do something, it's trying to change it to be adapting to the butterfly. The AI know I'm not a good drawer. Another example I can do is a cat. So cat. Okay. So I start like doing something small, and then it will continue by itself, helping me. So we have also like right now, AI is so advanced that currently we have apps actually created by AI. So again, If you register or if you scan your badge, we'll send you the link to all of those 20 demos. How about giving a Google Assistant? Yeah, because people have been here for a while. So at least the people who are here will do a demo. And so the way we're going to play it is the following.